He just didn't know that he would find himself somewhere he would never thought to look,
คุณคินครับผมเจอแล้วครับ
or with someone he never knew he would want.
ที่แท้ก็เป็นมึงนี่เอง
And here's Kinnporsche episode 9 and 10. After Tawan's back to Kinn's life, thought he could chase him with a cold evening. It's been a long time since these two ex-lovers met. When they saw each other again after a couple years were down, how's Kinn feelings for him?
ตะวันขอโทษนะคิน
And every time he talks, every single word's build up to the past that Kinn refused to
อยาก
forget.
จะฆ่าตะวันเหมือนกัน
Tawan sold Kinn's family information for Italians and get captured by
ฉันเชื่อ
them.
ตะวันอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะ
But was he telling them the truth?
เชื่อก็โง่ละแม่งเคยหลอกมาครั้งนึงแล้วอะ
Tawan's begging for Kinn's mercy, else he would get killed since he had information on who's behind the Italians. Kinn was caught between an array of feelings, yet the sequence of past events took away Kinn's trust in anyone. Tawan asking for Kinn's protection in exchange of all evidence pointing to the crimes of the ones behind the Italians. The father and son conversation conclude that they suspect someone powerful backing up the Italians, since they've never got any lead on the traitor after all. Tankun is voting to have him killed, while Mr. Khom is choosing to keep him alive for further use. Eventually, it's up to what Kinn's going to choose.
คนเนี้ยไว้ใจไม่ได้จริง
เราตกลงจะให้ความคุ้มครอง
Kim is composing something when he starts to catch feelings, which he has previously referenced on the song that Porsche writes for him. It comes with an unmatched adrenaline rush and drives him crazy with its countless possibilities and what-ifs.
นี่แทนคำขอบคุณของผม
When you feel attracted to someone, it's only natural to wonder if they feel the same way too. The feverish first love towards the private guitar coach made him lost for words. While you may never truly know how someone feels unless you say it.
ผมชอบพี่นะ
Such a way to tell that their feelings are mutual. After all, making a move would be a lot less scary if Porsche knew for sure that Kinn is into him. Despite the hurt left over from ending things with Tawan, the fact remains that Kinn is still keeping their memories.
มีจำได้ปะมี
Coming to the realization that some hard to let go of feelings can restore the relationship, Porsche's jealousy comes to surface. In situations like this, there is sometimes a chance for love to remain regardless.
มีประชุมไม่ใช่เหรอครับคุณคินประชุมแล้ววะคิด
After enough time has passed, he couldn't help but give a confusing signal for Kinn to leave the room. Tankun kept staring at Tawan's CCTV footage all day and night.
โอ๊ยก็มึงอ่ะฉลาดน้อยอย่างนี้ไงจะทำอะไรอ่ะคิดถึงคนที่มึงรักด้วยก็แล้วกัน
Porsche visit Yok to consult about his retroactive jealousy. It refers to jealousy over your partner's past, particularly their previous relationship. He thought about taking revenge by making Kinn jealous. Yet instead of making Kinn jealous, Yok assured him something that would probably work. Yok introduced him to Lady Secret technique. First move, pretending to be weak sometimes. Second move, be in charge, catch him by surprise. The pheromones released and most of the times, it play a bigger role in distraction than we think. He expects his roommate to be sleeping in Tankun's bedroom until the dawn. The drunken pit came, intrigued to disturb Porsche's erotic night, and this lovable goofball was hilarious than ever. And what's bring Pete to the temple?
มึงไปจับตาดูมันเผื่อมีความเคลื่อนไหวอะไรมึงคือคนที่กูไว้ใจที่สุด
After all, Pete is the person Kinn trusts the most. Despite the urgency in an unexpected moment,
สวัสดีครับคุณเอกครับสวัสดีครับคุณมาเก๊า
Macau insists to take Pete with them to listening to Monk's sermon.
ไม่มั้งผมมีธุระครับผมต้องรีบไปแล้วเดี๋ยวก็
Pete could do nothing except disguise his mission.
กูว่าเวกัสมันรู้แล้วว่าตะวันอยู่นี่
Pete vacantly observed the movement of Vegas. More keenly than usual, he experienced that same note of feelings, which instinctively and intrusively always formed in him whenever he came in contact with Vegas.
ทำบุญร่วมชาติตักบาตรร่วมขันชาติหน้าเราจะได้มาเจอกันอีก
It is something that could have been uttered only by him. Pete stepped away, trying not to look long at him, as if he were the sun, yet he saw him like the sun, even without looking. Those feelings were different from those which arose in him under the influence of the sufferings. They were gloomy, more complex, and vexing. Vegas lives Pete in secret between the shadow and confusion. We make merits together, so next life we'll get to see each other again, said he. Porsche put the secret earring device in Tawan's room. Tawan orders Kinn to go get the evidence only with him without Porsche.
พรุ่งนี้ผมกับพอสจะไปเอาหลักฐาน
ไม่
The heart itself is beyond control, that it is power and its weakness.
แค่ตะวันกับคิน2 คน
Vegas came to accompany Porsche in the midst of his uncertain feelings. Vegas reveals to Porsche that Kinn must have sent Pete to follow him. Minor family always suspected at the first place if there's something wrong.
เรื่องนี้ผมชินแล้ว
But his mind knows the difference between wanting what you can't have and wanting what you shouldn't want.
ถ้าวันหนึ่งพี่ลองสั่งให้พอมาเก็บผมอย่าให้มันทรมานมากได้ไหม
Kinn, confused by his feelings, then agreed to investigate the evidence with Tawan without involving Porsche.
เรา2 คนจะไปเอาหลักฐานกัน
What is Tawan's motive for returning to Kinn? Meanwhile, the two were searching for the evidence. Porsche was following them in secret. Tawan suspects Porsche for putting the earring device in his bedroom.
เอามันไปขัง
ไอ้เคน
In a moment of the greatest intensity entangled with a particularly painful awareness that Kinn refused to trust anyone, even the one he loves.
ไอ้คิน
กูไม่เคยเชื่อใจใครทั้งนั้น
ไอ้คิน
Making our hearts squeeze with the desperation in his tone.
ไอ้คิน
This led to Porsche getting arrested. When the feeling of complicity flared up in him exceptionally strongly, he realized the humiliated awareness was probably the most bitter experience he carried away from love.
เงียบสงบดีไหม
Our sassy Tankun believes that Tawan has framed Porsche.
ผมจะไปเคลียร์กับมัน ขอแค่เชื่อใจผม
As if the world is falling apart after that gruesome monster would make, comes something even frightful than a monster. It was Vegas.
นี่ไปกับผมนะพอด
Porsche is running on
ผม
infatuation.
เชื่อใจได้ไง
He was right about something.
ว่าเวกัสพูดจริง
Tawan was about to break the two families apart by using him. Whether Vegas had a different motive entirely was something he had yet to discover.
ถึงผมจะเลวแค่ไหนถ้าเป็นคนที่ผมรัก
But now it was time to go. As the first time, he was surprised to actually find Pete.
อย่าทำให้กูต้องลำบากใจ
If he runs off with Vegas, that means he will become the traitor of the main family.
ไปเวกัส
Porsche spoke slowly and deliberately, trying to get him to understand, but they were left with no means of communication. Under mysterious circumstances, not captured by CCTV footage, Vegas managed to escape and go into hiding. Pete suspecting the clues are in Vegas' secret chamber.
ผมต้องไปครับ เพราะผมเชื่อใจพอร์ช
Pete was cautious about the dangerous mission, how frequently he's had to deal with strange traps and potentially dangerous situations with Vegas.
แล้วมึงจะให้กูส่งมึงเข้าไปตายกันเหรอ
On the other hand, it felt good seeing someone suddenly so alive and full of hope.
รักผมไหม
The thought of it all was overwhelming. He got a hold of himself, realizing he was getting carried away. But when they fall in love, they're too afraid to stay. Suddenly, an ever-widening circle of people are drawn into the story. That one short minute gives him an insight.
ว่าผมเป็นคนโชคไม่ดี
Come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy. They're taking Porsche into somewhere. Now Kinn faced a dilemma. He had his own life to live, but Porsche needs him.
ผมมาเก็บความโชคดีทั้งหมด
He didn't know how to find him.
มาเพื่อเจอพี่
Kinn changed his plan and decided to work on the feasibility of the move with his brother, Kinn. Pete suspecting the clues are in Vegas' secret chamber. Last time he went in by the system, but this time he's going to go undercover. He thinks that there's a mole in the main family that's working for Vegas. He managed to get through the tight security of the minor family. He get into Vegas' chamber without any trouble.
เฮียอะไรวะเนี่ย
Shocked yet thrilled by Vegas' singular erotic taste, Pete hesitates. The black and red velvet fur dominates the room.
เนี่ยไม่โคตรเจ๋งเลยว่ะ
Which soon leads him to his reckoning, his utter destruction.
ที่แท้ก็เป็นมึงนี่
An undercover bodyguard and a mole in the attempt to identify each other. Can only pretend to be a stand-up guy for so long, then he's going to start pushing his own agenda. On the run, Vegas convinced Porsche to find the evidence to prove they're innocent. It was during the late hours that they found Porsche was gone. He's nowhere to be found. A notification from Anonymous tells him to come alone. Noting down the address listed in the message, he went to see his brother in person, hoping that they would find a way to save him. The thumb drive that Pete used for the mission has destroyed every CCTV in the main family house. Tawan made to escape. Another person has helped Tawan to get the information of the main family. If something were to happen to Porsche wouldn't forgive himself. The fears between the two is inevitable, but Tawan won't stop bothering Porsche until he got suckered into the scheme, the dangerous scheme that he planned.
มึงคิดว่ากูมาคนเดียวเหรอ
He was with the main family for a long time and didn't get anything since Kinn keeps his information safe with his imported one.
ตะวันทำอะไรผิดอ่ะ นี่ตะวันช่วย
He
นะเว้ย
persists, so he says the only thing that's on his mind and he'll do whatever it takes to live with Vegas.
But this wasn't the fucking plan
Vegas is the one who exchanged the information with the Yakuza and intelligence for a long time. However, when Don died, the Yakuza threatened to blackmail him and send it to the main family. He was attempting to build fake evidence against Kinn. The story of Porsche had betrayed Kinn by sending the information to the Yakuza. Once he get caught, he kidnapped Kinn's ex-boyfriend in order to blame him and runs away to hide with his brother. Vegas thought it would add to the drama of the reunion. Kinn's fear was the only thing he wants, make him heartbroken and fooled by the one he trusts the most. The main family will get weaker by the downfall of their leader.
เวกัสครับ พวกตระกูลหลักกำลังมาที่นี่ครับ
Tawan was exhilarated by the fairy idea, but love doesn't begin and end the way he seems to think it does. Now that he's useless, Vegas abandoned him. The main family is heading to the scene. And it doesn't take long for Kim and Big to infiltrating the scene. Pete gets on to locate Vegas and Tawan our whereabouts.
นี่พวกตระกูลหลักเขาไม่ซื้อเสื้อเกราะให้ใส่กันหรอวะ
Locked in desperate battle against Tawan, Big prepares to make the ultimate sacrifice in the name of victory.
กูฝากเขาด้วย
And Kinn will be the one who putting an end to this chaos.
คินจะฆ่าตะวันอีกจริงๆเหรอ
Tawan's begging for one last chance. When will he stop his bull crapping?
เบกัสอยู่ไหนเบกัสช่วยตะวันด้วย
Only to find that their past is mixed up in lies and deceit, and his feelings returning with vengeance. He's suffering through heartache after the loss of his relationship. Vegas promised him a lie in exchange for his own
การจะให้
gender.
ตะวันทำแบบนั้นจริงๆเหรอแล้วที่สำคัญป้าจะยอมรับเรื่องของเรา
The pain is unbearable every time he breathes. If dreaming is the only way to be with Vegas, then he'll better never open his eyes. Whether happily ever after will ever be in the cards for him. Kim and Norm were struggling with the loss of Pete. Kim has left. Porsche finds out about his brother lies. He wants Porsche to resign. Kinn knew from the beginning that Tawan was working for Vegas. Pete has found the evidence that they both had been in contact. Kinn was going to Porsche first, but he got manipulated by Vegas and ran away. Kinn is begging for Mr. Khan forgiveness. But it's too late for Mr. Khan to clean up the mess that Vegas did. Mr. Khan stammered his answer as best he could. Mr. Khan using Kinn to twist the fact that Vegas was betraying the main family. Mr. Khan defended his son by saying that Kinn sold both of the family's information to the other gangs, and Vegas was just trying to lure Kinn so he could get exposed. He gave them the fake evidences. Caught off guard by his caustic and suspicious tone, that promptly led Mr. Khan to over his own life. The minor family is the traitor, and someone must be responsible for this chaos. What has he planned to protect Vegas and the minor family?
แต่แกต้องเอาตัวไอ้เวกัสมาคุยกับฉัน
Kinn feels like he's forgotten something, but he can't think of what he's forgotten. The air felt thick with the feeling between them, like it was filling the room, a room full of carnal heat. How Pete should be punished if his plan all ruined because of him. Either kill him or take him as he is, because it's only by way of pain one arrives at pleasure. Certain souls may seem harsh to others, but it's just a way, beknown only to them, of caring and feeling more deeply. In his eyes, he sees the lack of empathy. So the angel sends the devil to sleep at the risk of his own damnation.